gone. 3 gone.
Dominating.
Died. Bullseye.
Rampage.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be giving you some really valuable tips to master positioning in Valorant. Both in comp and in deathmatch, they kind of go hand in hand as long as you're trying to transfer what you learn in deathmatch into comp. So before we get started, please click the join button down below, become a YouTube member, and you will have priority access to my 5v5 custom games in Valorant, which I plan on doing weekly. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this is some background deathmatch gameplay here, as per usual. And so positioning is actually a very, very important aspect of Valorant. Even if you have really good aim, if you don't position appropriately, you're going to be putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. So the first really important tip to understand is that you want to position in spots that are both safe and unexpected. So sometimes you obviously need to be positioned a little more unsafely, especially when you're attacking in a comp game, because you want to be risking that for, you know, sight control, risking your life for sight control. But here in deathmatch, you can see I'm positioned generally in spots that I can get out of areas. Like this is a pretty safe spot right here. And I'm also peeking like from unexpected areas, right? So the next tip is learn to play off angles, and this kind of ties into spots that are unexpected, right? Because off angles are basically angles that are not common. That's a good way you can think of it. So if there's like a normal corner that you're gonna sit, you want to sit slightly at an angle from that corner, because it's really gonna help you become unexpected, and this will really grant you just a bunch of free kills. And you're going to see this later in the game, and you also saw it in the first clip of this video before I started talking. So let's see if we can find a good example of this. So also holding these off angles will literally get you free kills, and you don't really have to do much effort. You don't have to be too aggressive to get these kills, because people are running to you, especially when you're defending in a comp game. People have to come to you, right? So there's no reason to be wide swinging or pushing whenever you're defending a site that the enemy is pushing to. So keep that in mind and try to practice that in deathmatch, because a lot of time whenever people play deathmatch, your natural instinct is just like run around, right? Like right here. Wait, not right here, but I think it might be here soon. So you're gonna see here that I don't really move around from this position too much, but I still get quite a few kills. So I'm sitting in this spot. People just come to me. So you can imagine this as me defending a site on my own or something. And here, this is also an off angle. I'm gonna go back just to show you guys where this breach is looking. So I know that this person's right here, and so I could just hold this angle. Holding angles is another really important thing to understand when you're positioning. So I know that he's right here. I also know that he's probably not going to be looking at me, because this spot is a spot that no one really ever sits. So this guy's brain is not going to be processing the chance for me to be here unless he's like a radiant, which he's most likely not. So you see he's looking over to the left here, because this is where people usually are, if there is anyone here. But I'm here, and so he just dies because my position carries me, right? Like, I don't have to worry about this guy killing me if I'm not where his crosshair is. And that's something you can really think about directly. So yeah, if you can imagine right now, this is me defending in a comp game. You see, I'm not really moving around the map too much. I'm literally going back and forth between two areas. This, you know, deathmatch isn't the same as defending a site, but whenever people push into a site, they usually come from a couple of areas, which you can predict, right? And so this is sort of like the same sort of thing, right? And so yeah, you see I'm kind of just going on a bit of a rampage here. But the next tip is, yeah, let your position carry gunfights for you. So that's exactly what we're just kind of talking about. I want to really emphasize how important holding angles is. So holding angles is basically just whenever you know someone is at an angle, you can just wait for them, right? You don't need to force the fight by pushing into them or wide swinging. Wide swinging is only sometimes necessary, particularly on attack, right? If you're attacking, you want to be naturally a little more aggressive, just because you need to take space in order to win the round for your team. You got to secure the site, which does take a little bit more aggression. So like right here, for example, you can see that I'm holding this angle, and I don't need to push aggressively because I know for a fact that this guy is there because I heard her. So I'm just holding the angle, waiting for her to peek me, because I know if she peeks me first, I have an advantage because I'm already standing completely still, and I don't have to stop to make my gun shoot completely accurately. So here I'm a little impatient, so I come out a little bit. But by the time I see her, I'm already stopped, and you see she's still moving. She's still moving by the time that I start shooting. So she's already lost this gunfight pretty much. She also has a sheriff, so that doesn't help. But that is how holding angles can be really effective. And so if I were to have wide swung that sky there, there's a good chance that she would have heard me and she would have stopped moving, right? And then she would have held for me, which means I had a lower chance or higher chance of dying. So keep that in mind. You gotta realize when you should be wide swinging and when you should just be kind of holding angles and just kind of chilling, right? That is the biggest takeaway from this video, is that holding angles is very important. And you know, so are off angles. Holding angles from off angles is very important. So if you can really get that down, if you can get that part down, you're gonna be a monster. People are gonna be very scared to push to the sites that you're defending. And here's me whiffing very hard. You know, everyone does it, quite frankly. Hey, grow your mind, kids. Right here, grow your mind. See that? Grow your mind. That's what you're doing right now. If you made it to this far in the video, you're growing your mind. So we got 3 kills left. That's pretty much all that I have to say. Those are the biggest takeaways. If you guys can really focus on holding angles, learning off angles, and learning when to wide swing, when to play aggressive, and when to kind of play passive and hold the ground that you're defending, you know, this is a very, very crucial skill for you to learn. If you can master this, you're going to be ranking up for sure. This is one of the core few fundamental aspects of mastering the game, in my opinion. And if you can learn to do these things, you're going to be an incredibly strong player. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and remember to join as a member, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.